Welcome along to a Cheltenham Festival live. Make sure and smash that like. Let people know you're watching. And here, just to answer any questions, jump in the comments below. Make sure and get in the live chat. We can touch on any race you like. Definitely some interesting topics to talk about. We are not too far away from the Cheltenham Festival now. And I just wanted to do a live. I have been doing a lot of lives on Facebook on the Mad Murrigan page. I've been doing daily lives there. But I definitely want to get a few in on YouTube as well. And get as many questions answered as possible. So don't be afraid. Jump in the chat, share the video, like, comment, all that. And yeah, I'm here to answer any questions. Morning, James. How are you? Will the whacker do the business? Paulie, I sure hope so. Let's hope for a big result with the whacker. Look, there's many races in Cheltenham. Very, very interesting. I think the handicaps are going to not be a walkover, I think, for some of the Irish horses this time around. And yeah, it mightn't just be a smooth sailing. Jason Murrigan, any chance of a few pounds? Chance me after Cheltenham. It's all invested in the market. The real whacker is the one for me. Nice one, Paul. That's what we like to hear. Definitely a horse with a big, big future. And could be a massive Cheltenham for Paddy Neville if this lad gets in. Bit of a fairy tale story. If this lad can go in, unbelievable from changeover. From moving to the UK, less than pretty much about a year and a half ago, I think, or a year and a quarter, not much over a year, and had massive success. I'd say if you writ down all these runners on paper in the UK, he's probably operating at a 50% strike rate, but a very high strike rate. Winners to runners, and overall very good. Yeah, real impressive. So let's hope the whacker, who's already 2 from 2 over fences at Cheltenham, let's hope he can get on. When you tipped him a few months ago, I was on with him. The tip you gave, lovely. Nice one, Paul. I know he's been really nice prices. I'm on him at 50 to 1 for this. I'm on him at 25s. I'm on him at 16s. I'm on him at 12s, 10s, 8s, 7s. Let's just hope the whacker gets through his final few days and gets to Cheltenham safe. And the same for all the horses now, especially for a lot of owners and trainers. This is nervous times. Trying to just let these days go by without any incident, and just pray all the horses get there, all the fancied horses get there, and we see a top class Cheltenham Festival, because I do think we have some really interesting horses this year, some top class horses. I really think El Fabiolo is very interesting in the Arkle. I think the horse in the first race, who I put up a few weeks ago on a stream at 5 to 1, the Barry O'Connell horse, Marine Nationale, you're the only tipster I follow. Well, thank you, Paul. Let's hope we have a big Cheltenham. Hi, Paddy. Do you think JP McManus will do well at Cheltenham this year? He always has plenty of horses. Yeah, look, he's some interesting horses, I suppose. One that springs to mind straight away is Tico. He's been well backed for the race he won last year, the Boodles. Tico's definitely ran against some nice horses, but he's short enough now at 4 to 1 at the head of the bet. And I did stick him in a little treble each way at 8 to 1, but he's halved in price now. I'm sure he'll have a few horses that they'll fancy to go. You maybe have a go through all the cards, but I don't think he has any standout horse this year. James, all over Marine. I think this horse is the real deal. Yes, James, I am totally in agreement with you. Really, really am. Have you got a view on the bumper? Keith, to be honest, right, there's too many horses winning every week by 10 lengths. And I have decided that, let me just set up this phone a bit better. I'm sorry now, because I'm not just in the normal office, so I haven't got any equipment with me. I'm just on the phone. Right. Have you got a view on the bumper? So, Keith, The answer to that question is there's a very interesting horse, right? Every week winning, a new one pops out. And I just find it too much of a puzzle. Now, I do think Elliot's horse Better Days Ahead. Better Days Ahead is very interesting because he looks pretty good and he went to Down Royal and I know he disappointed, but he was very good since. However, Oliver Sherwood's mare could be overpriced now after getting beaten in Market Raisin, whilst just I thought pulled a little too hard. Not much cover, not much pace to run at, got to the front plenty soon enough, and it just didn't suit her, so she could bounce back in Cheltenham. Lossymouth, your thoughts on the horse? I think she's still the horse to beat. Unfortunately, the stable vibes are becoming more about the other horse, Blood Destiny, so you have to kind of worry, did she work bad and he worked good or something, because on her form on the track she still is the horse to beat. Yes, Blood Destiny smashed some good horses including Nusra, but she gets weight from them in Cheltenham, and she is a nice mare. Whether she can win the Triumph or not, she's definitely going to be banged there, you gotta feel. Opinions on Galopin des Champs in the Gold Cup, Paddy? Yes, clearly the right favourite on reputation and what he done in the novice chase ranks. I know he wasn't the most impressive in Cheltenham when he fell last year. He kind of beat a horse that was well beaten in Bob Ollinger mentally, I thought. But then he fell and Bob Ollinger got the win. So, look, I don't know. I wouldn't back him at the price, but he clearly is a very strong stayer. Like, people think he won't stay the trip. Watch him as a 3-year-old or as a 5-year-old winning a 3-mile hurdle. He'd stay no problem. And then the last day, he only got going when the race was over. And it was hard to look good in a slowly run race. But he managed to still win by, 8 or 9 lengths going away at the line in a slowly run race. So he is very good. We know that. However, his price is very short. Frank Butters, Home by the Lee in the Stairs. Frank, I'm going to be honest here, right? A lot of people fancy it. I can't have it. I just can't have it. Well beaten in the race last year. His form is very questionable. This year he beat Henry de Bromhead's horse in Nace. Bob Ollinger. Sure, Bob Ollinger's finished. We all know that. He's not a genuine Grade 1 horse anymore, Bob Ollinger. And then he went to Leopardstown. I couldn't have Bob Ollinger, who was favourite, and nobody fancied Floor and Porter that day, right? So then he went and won the race. Ashdale Bob finished second, right? Ashdale Bob finished second, beaten a couple of lengths by Home by the Lee. Ashdale Bob ran in the Hatton's Grace the time before, was beaten nearly 35 or 40 lengths in the Hatton's Grace. So I question Home by the Lee's form this year. However, Connections always thought he's a nice horse and a good horse, and they rate him highly. If he wins it, I will applaud Joseph O'Brien, because Joseph O'Brien wouldn't shock me at all. He's a brilliant trainer. But I just think you can pick holes in his form, and I feel his form isn't as strong as anyone thinks it is. That's what I feel. Thanks, Paddy. I'll be taking the Brave Man's Game. Yeah, I have a few quid each way on Brave Man's Game at 10-1. I can see Brave Man's Game being very well backed in Cheltenham. I really can. I can see Brave Man's Game going off, 5-1, 9-2. I really can. I really can. He's not going off anywhere near 10-1. Not a hope. Not a hope. Not a hope. He has the best piece of form in the context of this race. Well, Paddy, a dream to share. Sir Gerhard, Chemical Energy, any thoughts? Can't have Sir Gerhard off the back of the run, one run going into the Brown Advisory. I don't think he has the scope or the mettle for a grueling 3-mile chase on breeding, on size and structure, and on the way he runs and travels. Like, everybody forgets when Sir Gerhard won the Ballymore, everybody was saying this horse needs to drop back to 2 mile. He needs to drop back to 2 mile and maybe go champion hurdle route. But whatever. Anyway, he's just a last ditch. Sir Gerhard shouldn't even be going. I feel he should have looked for another race somewhere, got his jumping a bit better. I feel if Sir Gerhard goes into the 3-mile chase in Cheltenham, I think he'll land on top of 1 or 2 fences head first. Right, Chemical Energy, any thoughts? Very interesting runner for sure, yes. Very interesting winner. I wouldn't put anyone off backing him each way. Especially that favourite of Willie Mullins has had some really good form. But he doesn't like to win. We all know he's a classy horse. But he doesn't like to win. You know, I'll be doing Buzz each way if he runs. Yeah, Buzz, that's the Nicky Henderson horse. Definitely an interesting one. Keep smashing the likes on the video, lads. Really appreciate it. You know, if you have any questions on any horse, get them into me. You know, it's a really interesting time. We have a few weeks to go. Right, Sky Bet is cash back every day. First race, if you lose, just check what the max bet is for. It's different for each punter. All right, Frank. Good to know that. Sky Bet is carried. Look, I don't mind that. Look, I'm not one for promoting bookies, but if bookies are doing a fair special to the punters, by all means, it deserves a mention. Anything that's punter friendly deserves a mention. Like, I always have no issue with mentioning which bookie is best price on any race, because if a bookie is best price on a given race, they deserve the mention. You know, at the end of the day, I'm always calling them out for what they are. But when there is fair play, I'm not against sharing fair play to the community. Keep your questions coming in. Right, my thoughts anyway, lads. I'm just going to go into the Supreme Novices Hurdle. I think it's very interesting. I think the value lies with Marine Nationale now. I think Matt Chapman was on trying to push people into Facile Vega. I think that's a serious bad mistake coming in off the back of the run. Willie Mullins is blaming the ride. David Casey was on a preview last night blaming Paul Townend's ride. They're absolutely delusional. This horse fell out the back of the telly. He fell out the back of the telly like there was an issue or a problem. This had nothing got to do with the ride. This was more than that. Like, if you're a top class Willie Mullins novice hurdler and you get to the front in a race and you go a bit too fast, you might get beaten, finish second. You won't fall out the back of the telly. Jadanil, or however you pronounce him, that's the horse that's running in the Ryanair, the McManus horse. Janadil, that's how we pronounce him, right. Janadil, it's funny, there was a lot of talk that Janadil was overweight or didn't look that fit in Gorham Park. And then I seen a picture of him jumping the last fence in Gorham Park. Find that picture. He looked fit as a butcher's dog, so he did. Now, I know people were saying that he wasn't ready. You just find the picture of Janadil jumping the last in Gorham. You could see all the rib cage. He looked fit to me. Now, I didn't see him in the paddock, so maybe, you know, it's the end of a race. Maybe he's tight. You know, he's definitely going to be looking a lot tighter towards the end of a race. But I just thought to myself, he looked pretty fit to me. And he ran down a horse that anyone had run down. So that horse would find nothing off the bridle. The horse of Willie Mullins is right. Best bet beside the whacker. I'm all for John Bon, especially being second favourite. Now, to be honest, I'm in the El Fabiolo camp there, but my best bet outside the whacker is Marine Nationale in the Supreme Novices Hurdle. Have I backed Tenzing for the National Hunt Chase? I put a few quid each way at 20-1, but I'm waiting to see what the story is. He mightn't even run, Rob. This could be an Irish. This horse is a plot job, Rob. Remember I told you, he's a plot job. This horse has been stopped a few times. Not stopped like go out, tell the rider stop this. Just give the rider tactics that he can't win. That kind of stopped. You know, that kind of, you know, let him learn as he goes stopped. Now, he couldn't win in Navan the last day, but they weren't going to kill him to try either. And when he ran in Turles, the gamble, the other Willie Mullins horse, this dad was put out the back, not put in the race. This horse could win an Irish National or something like that. I'm telling you now, we know he's slow. See how slow he is at the back end of a grueling staying race in a handicap. I was shocked they didn't run him in the Ultima, or at least enter him in the Ultima, because they've clearly been schooling around in Ireland. Have you backed... if you would love a price on Matt Chapman to lose money at Cheltenham, I'd say that's odds on. So yeah, keep the questions coming in, lads. I'm going to hang on another 5 minutes, and then I promise I'm going to do one of the days. I'm going to get in a long YouTube stream. We'll do a couple of hours where we'll get as many questions as possible in. We'll go through a few of the races, because I do be doing streams on the Mad Murrigan Facebook page daily, so you can check that out as well and all that kind of stuff. My eye in the Martin Pipe is my best bet of the whole meeting. Well, I hope to put blinkers on him, Jay. I really hope to put blinkers on him for you, or cheek pieces, or put blinkers on him to fuck, or a visor on him. And if they do, I'd agree. He'll probably outrun. He'll probably be bang there with a set of blinkers. He just took an age to get running the last day. How many winners will Nichols have? I can see a decent festival for him. Listen, put all of Paul Nichols' horses on an each way Hines or something like that. I really think his horses are just, their value prices, and even if they all got placed, or if you had 3 winners in a place, Paul Nichols will train a couple of Cheltenham Festival winners this year. That's my opinion. I don't know which ones, but he will come up trump somewhere. Don't underestimate Paul Nichols. He's boiling under the skin, and yeah, he's ready to go. He's ready to go. Right, lads, I'm going to shut this one down, but keep your eyes, make sure and subscribe to the channel so you hit the notification bell. You'll know when I'm going live the next day, and we're going to do a good 2-hour live on YouTube soon, and go through the whole meeting, right? So make sure and stick around for that. Don't miss out. Bet safe, and yeah, come on the whacker. Hopefully a massive result in Cheltenham.